What's up, friends? Oh wait, let me turn off my aircon. Bit of a makeshift ramshackle video. I'm quite excited. I've got some new gear. I want to sort of show you what I've done with the new gear, really. I've started practicing again, not just for tour, but just actually practicing guitar again. It's been ages since I sat down and sort of played, around scales and exercises and things like that. And I don't really know why I started. I think I started because I did Andertons and I thought, I feel like I felt rusty. And I haven't felt rusty in a long time. So I thought, shit, I'd better, I'd better not be bad. So I started, running exercises and scales and drills. And I kind of got a little bit addicted to it again. It's been a while since I suppose because what I do is play guitar for things. I'm normally playing over a backing track, or I'm teaching at a clinic, or I'm with a blindfold on and doing something guitar related. So my ability sits around, a particular level. And normally when I do a thing, it kind of punches it back up to that level. But recently I felt it go down beyond where I was comfortable, so I thought, no, I better practice. Anyway, I got a thing because we got a new booking agent and we're looking at playing some shows all around Europe and maybe even the States, parts of Asia next year. I thought, I'm going to have to revisit the topic that I hate the most, which is fly date gear, because I'm sure some of you have played gigs in other countries and had to do EasyJet flights and Ryanair and internal flights with an overhead luggage, but you really need to get everything in the plane in the overhead if you can, and it's easier said than done if you love valve amps. I'm a valve guy. Cut me, I bleed tubes. And I was chatting with Joey Z from Nick West's band. Joey's a good friend. He's a Chapman artist too. He's a phenomenal player. And he said to me, there are lots of venues now that even don't allow, you have to go direct, basically, because it's expensive to hire backline. It's almost always sort of the ubiquitous Fender Twin or whatever. And some of the venues don't want to play a license. They don't want to pay a license, for, the volume and everything. And they just prefer to go direct. So you need a direct rig. So I have everything that could possibly go direct. And the one thing I had not wanted to look at was the Helix gear. And I'll be honest, I just think they look really boring, and they are like everywhere. Everyone's got one, and it was a little bit of the syndrome of, well, if everyone's got one, I don't want one, sort of thing. And then Joey said it's really easy to use, and that goes a long way with me because I'm a meat and potatoes valve amp guy. If I could have an amp that had one knob, which was just volume and gain, and you turn it up and it does more volume and gain, I'd be really happy with that. So he said, look, the Helix Stomp is really, really easy to use, sounds really good, and if you get the Michael Britt impulse responses, it's really, really good sounding. You won't need too many blocks on a line that you run out of, computing space or whatever. So I thought, all right, I'll try it. Now I'm sure that at some point I've demonstrated the Stomp before, but I don't remember doing so. Obviously, I did the first ever Helix demo, and I remember thinking at the time, wow, this is really innovative, but quite confusing, and I didn't like the sounds. Honestly, I love Paul Hindmarsh. He's a fantastic player. He could make a wooden plank tied up with a couch sound phenomenal, but I didn't like the presets, and for some reason, presets to me are kind of important. Anyway, I saw a video and the guy said presets sound shit, so make your own and download profiles and you'll find it sounds really good. So I went to Olimpus with Luke Grech who plays full-time, sometimes 3 gigs a day, massive stages or weddings, and he just uses either a Helix HX Stomp XL or the little Stomp, or a full-on Helix board with the pedal. Help me, what's it called? I can't remember. That thing. And that's all he uses, and it sounds good. So anyway, we went to the store. I will play this thing in a minute, I promise you. And he said, right, let me get you a tone. So we plugged it all in. The guys in the store were brilliant, really helpful. And he went, right, let's get an amp and a cab. And of course, Luke knows, what I want. He knows that I love, 2203, JCM 800, cranked up, back the mic away, ribbon mic if possible. I want that 412 vibe. I prefer creambacks, but I'll take what I can get, really. And, I like a little bit of delay, about 800 milliseconds. I'm quite specific with what I want, and Luke's been through that a number of times. He nailed it. I've got myself 3 different presets that I've made, and I'm really happy with them. And I thought I'd talk you through them, give you some sounds, talk about, where I started, really. So this one is called Chap Zobby. Now, apologies for anyone that speaks Maltese, because my friend Luke named this patch, and yes, Zobby is a rude word, bil Malti, or in Arabic, or in any Semitic language. Thanks, Luke. So this one is, essentially, it's a British amp. It's a JCM 800 2203. It's going into a 1x12 lead 80 cab. I've got a Hall reverb, I've got a nice delay. I've put a graphic EQ on it. And then what I've done is I've tethered, and this is what sold this to me. I've tethered an Octavia fuzz to what they call a gain block, which is just a volume boost at the end. So that when you press one button, you get the Octavia and the boost in volume at the same time. Yeah, this is just a crunch tone, kind of like... So now if I add like the reverb and the delay, suddenly... just sounds great. And then this is the octave fuzz tethered to a gain block to give it a volume boost. Really happy with that. It's the first time I've ever worked with like a piece of modeling gear that could do a fuzz octave. They can't normally do it. It's too octave fuzz. There's too much of a... It's like if you're forming a party in a game like Dungeons and Dragons, you get Dwarf, Tube Screamer, you get your Mage, delay pedal, you get your chorus, thief. And then, do you want a chaotic neutral sorceress? Probably not. You probably don't want a chaotic neutral anyway. And the octave fuzz is a bit like that. You never quite know how it's going to react with other things. And there's so much going on in the sound, and it really interacts with the guitar, which is why I always tap out and back off the volume, because if I full on it's a bit harsh. So I always back off the volume. If I had a tone knob, this one doesn't have a tone knob, then I would back off the tone as well. Anyway, that's my first patch. Let's go to patch 2. So this is pretty much identical, but rather than the octave fuzz, I've gone for a green box. It's a tube screamer. I don't know what they call it. What do they call it? Scream 808. So it's a tube screamer. Without it, that's without it. This is with it. Oh wait, that was with it. Wait, no, wait, hold on. I'm still going to work out how to use this thing. Mode. Okay, here we go. Right, this is with it. I love that sound. I mean, I could use that for everything, to be honest with you. It's and if I get rid of the delay and get rid of the tube screamer, back this off and tap it. It's just a good old, crunchy rhythm thing. Such a nice sound. Anyway, and then I made a metal patch. I was like, well, what? Damn it. Mode C, metal patch. Okay, turn the gain off. What have I got? 2204. Oh no, it shouldn't be. Oh no, wait. Oh my God, I've got to learn how to use this. Sorry, guys. Okay, it's an archetype lead, which I think is the Archon PRS amp. I'm still learning what they all mean and everything. Tube screamer, 1x12 lead 80 speaker, hall reverb, delay, and then I put a Cali graphic EQ just to give it crisp packet. Between 5 and 2K, I like a little bump so that I stand out against the cymbals, basically. So now if I turn off the gain pedal and the delay, this is how this sounds. And I'll drop tune for it. Oh, it's good. So, delay on, tube screamer on. I haven't tethered it to a gain block. I probably should do, to be honest with you. It's a really nice, like kind of old Dorje type stuff. 150-ish, but not too bass heavy. Obviously, it depends what you're running it through in a PA. I'm running this through an Atomic CLR FR thing. Sounds brilliant. Anyway, of all of them, my favourite is this with the Tube Screamer. So I think it just sounds the way a really good mic'd up amp in the studio would kind of sound. You know, to me anyway. I mean, it reminds me of a BadCat Hot Cat is what it sounds like. Now that I've got to grips with how it works, I really like it, and it's definitely a tool that I'll take out with me, and I'll probably take other things too. I really like I love this. The New X. Actually, everything New X do is really good. If you're on kind of a budget and you want something, although rumour is abound, they might be making something expensive soon. But if you want something kind of like this, but a little bit more affordable, the New X Trident is really good. This thing has a ton of functionality and it's laid out like an amplifier. And I love this. It's just different kinds of sounds. And I think probably if you're more of a traditionalist, this is maybe what you're after. I don't know. It's really good. And then I've also got this as well. DSM Humboldt, the Simplifier. Now, the Simplifier is simple in its layout, but it offers so much more kind of than I need, really. And I really like a couple of the tones contained within, but it doesn't have the effects that I need. And then I'd need to take a pedal board and take that with me and everything. So for me, it's a great thing for recording at home, and it might work for a local gig, but not for a fly date. So I don't know. Things have changed. Oh, I got a new Katana as well. It's really good. Is it better than the new one? I guess I'll shoot a video. How are you? You doing all right? Have you worked out yet that Star Wars is basically a goblin on ketamine teaching a teenager how to kill his father? It's been nice to shoot a video again. It's been a while. I kind of lost my love of social media because I needed to for a little bit. But I'm back as Rob. Oh, by the way, I got one more to show you. Hold on. Stay there. Don't go anywhere. Because I was on a green guitar tip, and because I've made some new friends from Nepal. This is a guitar from Sahana guitars. This is called a Huchil, and it's made from laurel from the Himalayas and ash and all sorts of ridiculous, beautiful stuff. Look at that. Oh, it's so nice. Oh man. I need to tune it. It's been in the sun. But it's a beautiful thing. So are you. Say something nice in the comment section below, or don't. And have a great day. Take care. Bye.